Oh no.
Happy Monday! Welcome back to another week at the Noosh Weekly Vlog. And I've got Marty here in the background. Her birthday was Friday, and I got her some birthday cat grass to eat, and she's enjoying that right now at the moment. But this week, I've got a couple projects that I want to work on. I want to finish up the big color, well, it's not really that big, it's 8 by 10, but the little color block that I've been working on for the past couple weeks. I've got one more color to put on top of that, which is yellow. I got to print that today. And then I'll put the key block on top of it, which you can see right here. That's the key block. Those are the colors that I've got down so far. And that's the yellow block that I have carved out right there. So first thing I'm going to do this week is I'm just going to start printing on this. You enjoying that grass? She's dragging all over the place. She's probably going to it's going to end up on the floor by in about 5 minutes, I guess. All right, so I've got it all inked up. I've got it on the press bed. If you're not sure what you're seeing right here, go back and watch last week's video. I talk about this a little bit. But for now, I got one of the ones that aren't lining up so great, may not make the edition, kind of as a tester to see if I like the color. So I'm just gonna plop that in place and run it through the press, see what I got. Let's pull it up and see what we got. So the color looks pretty good. I got a lot of different greens going on here, which is A-okay, that's what I want. The bottom lines up pretty good. These marks right here on the edge of the snail, I wasn't so sure about. I think I'm gonna go carve those off because I think they're gonna be problematic with lining them up. I think I kind of missed when I was carving them, and I wasn't so sure about them, but I drew them, so I wanted to give it a shot. I think I'm gonna go remove those. And this one wasn't one of the ones that was lining up so good, so I'm not super concerned about this right here. But we'll see what happens moving forward. But there we go. That's all the different colors we got going on. 4 different times through the press already. And we've got, what, 9 different colors? Pretty cool. It's Tuesday now, and today's the day when it all comes together because luckily the yellow on my print is dry and I get to put the last key block on top of all of this. What do we got? 10 colors. The dark green, got light green, yellow, pink, a darker purple, a blue. There's a lighter purple in the tail there. The orange there, the blue in the sky. Got a lot of different colors there. I wasn't counting. I think I counted 10 before. I think it might be 10 altogether, but 9 right now. We'll see. Let's get the key block on here. Let's see what this looks like. I'm on the press bed for the last time with this print. I've got some ink on my key block. Grabbing my little registration elbow and putting the block into place. And now I've got my quote-unquote test prints, which are just my messed up prints along the way, to see what this is going to look like. This is the most messed up because it's the only one with this lighter pink color. The rest of them have a darker pink color. All right, let's see what we got here. Make sure this is pushed into the corner as good as possible. This last one is where the registration is the most important. So I'm gonna have to go a little bit slower than I did on the rest of them. All right, let's send it through. See what we got. Marty, you gonna sit by my feet? Okay. Now this isn't going to be a complete representation because it's this one's a little messed up and the pink's a little bit lighter, but it's going to tell me if the black is printed good, and that's all I need to know right now. And it has. Not completely perfectly lined up, but it looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and print that the rest of the way on all of the blocks. But it's encouraging, to say the least, that one is. We're still in the not so great ones, but this one has a chance to be pretty good and give you a real idea of what the print's going to look like. So let's take a look. I think it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of white showing on the edge of the yellow there. I knew that would be there. And then the pink's not perfectly lined up. But, you know, it looks pretty good for what it is. The ones that are perfectly, I think, are going to perfectly line up. Finished with the snail monster print. Oh, I think I did 24, 26 of these all together. So they're all done. I don't know that I'll have an edition of 24 or 26. I'll probably have an edition somewhere between the 18 to 20 mark I'm hoping for. And that's always what I've intended to do. So it came out good. It didn't come out, not all of them came out perfect, which is fine. But I am, you know, I'm happy with the overall thing. It'll be interesting to look at how many of them make the edition. But I've got a couple ideas of some more prints moving forward on paper, some small works. So I'll talk about that later when I work on that. But for now, I started last week drawing a red panda eating some ice cream. So I'm going to finish the design of that t-shirt block today, right now. And then I have a commission freelance piece that I need to sketch for as well. So I am going to do that this afternoon too. So the next thing you'll see me doing is sketching for that red panda, just kind of making the adjustments. I probably won't actually record it because I just need to make it look good. So I'm going to need to concentrate a little bit, but I'll show you what it looks like now, which is this. And I want to clean it up a little bit, make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more animated maybe. So I got to work on that today, as well as a couple other things. So I'll come back on and show you where this one ends up. All right, it's Wednesday now, and we are not in the house.
No, we're not. Where are we?
We are at the zoo. Because today is Paige's last day of summer. Tomorrow she goes back to work. So we decided to get out of the house. And actually, Paige, 2 Christmases ago, gave me a Christmas present of a lion encounter. But we won't be able to do that because of COVID. But we can do a rhino encounter. So we're going to go and feed a rhino, I think is what it is. So we're just going to get up close and personal with a rhino today. So we're at the zoo. But last night, I did draw the red panda. I'll throw that on the screen in front of my face right there, if you wanted to see that. We're going to see an
actual red panda today?
An actual red panda today. So let me show you. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking while I'm at the zoo. It'll just be like a little montage-y thing for you. But the next minute or so is going to be some zoo footage that's pretty cool. It's going to start with what's in the enclosure behind me right now, which is a clouded leopard.
Show her off.
She's up in the corner sleeping. Right there.
It's a little like Marty.
These are the Patagonian maras.
Maras again? Yep, those are the maras. See the mara?
The giant panda.
Their fur is super thick and woolly, so they don't need to go indoors this summer in spring.
The rhinoceros hornbill. The giant otter. And my personal favorite, the naked mole rats.
Look at that one's teeth. It only has 4 teeth.
The Komodo dragon. Jackie the red panda is sleeping. The western lowland gorilla. A 2-year-old baby Floyd. It's still a gorilla. The ring-tailed lemur. The crowned lemurs. The warthogs and their babies in the back. Abu the giraffe. The African lion. The southern ground hornbill. The African elephants, this is Tara. You can tell because she has hair on her tail. And then you've got Kelly in the background, and she does not have any hair on her tail. And then you've got the large male Micholo in the background. A meerkat. And Mumbles, the southern white rhino. Mumbles is about 4,300 pounds and about 5.5 feet at his highest point. Now, we did get to spend a little bit of time with Mumbles, the southern white rhino. All the training they do here at Zoo Atlanta is completely voluntary, and Mumbles is super food motivated. We got to feed him and pet him. Alfalfa sprouts are a pretty special treat for Mumbles, and he'll do pretty much anything for them. You'll see Paige feeding him here, and then me feeding him here. So it was a pretty cool experience. It was fun to do, and we enjoyed it. And he even took a picture with us. Well, more of a photo bomb. What do you think? Look at that smile. A domestic cat named Marty. Okay, that last one wasn't from the zoo. That last one was Marty, and she lives in my basement. Not a zoo animal. But I'm home now. Got a little bit of time before quitting time today. So I'm going to get this red panda block drawn out onto some boards so I can get to carving that tomorrow or even tonight. And I saw a red panda today. It was sleeping in a tree right here. I got a little peek of its face right here. But it was snoozing today. I went a couple weeks ago to the zoo and caught this picture of it walking around. And this is a happy red panda. This red panda's name is Jackie, and it lives at the Zoo Atlanta. All right, so let me go draw this red panda, out onto the board. All drawn out into the wood, spray painted, and now it's time to carve. I've got a little bit of time today to carve the rest of it. So I'm going to start carving tonight and pick it back up tomorrow. I'll talk to you after I'm done carving. It's Friday now, and I finished up carving the red panda last night, and it is finished. It is done. I'm quite happy with it. I always like doing furry things, and this panda, the red panda, has very dark fur, so I enjoyed trying to keep the fur dark and not going super light, especially in areas down here and on the back there, doing a darker fur treatment. But this one's finished. I'm going to go ahead and give it a print today. And I have a new idea that I want to do. I'll put that on Instagram. I know there are people who like prints on paper. And I don't print all of my things on paper just because it becomes a lot to hold on to. I just have piles and piles of prints. You can actually see my print shelf right there that just has prints. Piles of prints that I don't know that I'll ever get rid of. It's just so I don't want to like print a whole lot of these, but maybe I'll start doing like a pre-order thing on Instagram for t-shirt designs that you want on paper but only print as many as people want. I think I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to try it with this red panda because I feel like people are going to want this one because he's cute. But I got a couple t-shirts to print. I want to print this for the very first time as well. I'm going to pull one print on paper as a sample for this. And that is what I'm going to do today. So, follow along. Got the red panda inked. I'm just going to slide it under here. And run it through the press. Let's see what we got. It's either not enough ink or not enough pressure. Gersh darn. All right, let's go one more time. All right, first I want to take a little bit of a peek. Looks good to me. All right, let's peel it off. Ta-da! There we go. Nice and rich. I'm finished printing the shirts, and now we're gonna make Marty run. Oh, no run. She doesn't want to run today. I'm finished printing the shirts. I even got the test print of the red panda finished and done. And now I think I'm just gonna doodle on this little wood block that has a little frame attached to it. And I'm gonna carve this little guy out. I think that's how I'm gonna spend the rest of my afternoon. I just sketched out a little axolotl. I don't even know if I say that right. That's how it's spelled. But I'm gonna carve this guy out, and that's gonna end out my week. So thanks for hanging out with me this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next week. Thanks. Bye.